welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Thank you for tuning in to yet another video, and thank you for the subscription so far. So today guys, I want to be making pancake for breakfast, but that's not the essence of this video. I'll be making pancakes as we talk about something that has happened recently, and I just thought, let me give my 2 cents about it. No one might do anything about it, yeah, but just let me give my 2 cents about it. So we're going to be making some pancakes, and let's do this together, okay? I don't have the measuring cups, so we shall just improvise and use the normal cups. And I'm gonna be using 1 cup. I think that is going to be enough. And then this is baking powder. I'm gonna be adding like 2 teaspoons. And let me use this. I used to be using this for the milk for the baby. What is it called? Naan. But mine was not naan. So let me start with some little salt. Baking powder. I guess that's enough, yeah? Let's mix it up. So guys, recently there's this story about this young doctor. She was on internship who was found dead at her apartment. Is it at her apartment or outside? I'm not sure about the facts, but what I know is she was found dead, and the reason is she felt like she's being overworked at work, 36 hours shift, and then, you know, just personal life. I guess she was going through a lot, could be financially or whatever. But yeah, that was the reason why she finished herself. And it got me thinking, there's some professions that you don't, in fact, it should not be allowed to work more than a certain amount of hours. You need some time to rest. Take for example, being a doctor and being given a 36 hours shift. Do you know how many days those are? That is 1 full day and a half. 36 hours you're awake and you are a doctor. Let that sink in first. I'll be putting 1 egg and some sugar. Let's add some sugar to our pancake. Not so much, just to taste. I'll be using water instead of milk because I do not have milk, so water will just do. And I need some oil to add, but before that, let's put in the water. We add in little by little, yeah. So 36 hours as a doctor, I don't think that's something that should be happening. You need some time to rest, not unless it is a surgery you're doing that has to take that long, of which even before that surgery you need to have some time and rest so that you're in the good state of mind while doing the surgery. Now imagine you are just an intern, probably you're not being paid or your payment will come later, and then you're being overworked. all those hours without sleep, yeah, and you have spent about 10 years in medical school, and you're out here, you're not being paid, you are doing all these hours, you don't even have time for your personal life, you know. It gets crazy. And being a person who has worked in the hospital and seen doctors, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes, especially if you're working at the ward. There is a lot that happens. There are different kind of patients, and if it's a public hospital, there are so many patients with different kind of conditions, and you have to go by each and every patient and get to see what they're suffering from, figure out the drugs they need to take, and do this every morning. And if it's at night, you have to be on call, you have to stay there in case an emergency arises, you know. It's a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. And for a doctor being awake for that 6 hours, it's easy to make mistakes. And that is why sometimes you find, like, let's say for the case of an operation, later on you realize that a doctor has left maybe scissors or something inside your, let's say you're operating the stomach, you find they've left something inside and they've already finished the surgery, and you're left like, do I call this person back and correct the mistakes? And most of the time you don't even realize until the patient comes back complaining, I am feeling like this. Then you do a scan and realize, wait, something is not right somewhere, you know. And it's just so bad. It is so bad. Kwani, how many doctors do we have in this country? Can they take shifts like even 12 hour, or even if it has to be 36, at least take a couple of hours, get like 2, 3, 4 hours rest and continue. But 36 straight hours, you don't even have time to eat. Let me tell you, you don't have time to eat. And it's not just in the cases of being a doctor. Even let's say you are a security guard and you have to work 24 hours, you know, you'll find yourself sleeping on the job. And in case people decide to attack your place of work, there's nothing much you are going to do because you are tired, you are exhausted. And this is playing with people's lives. You can't be putting a doctor for all those hours and then expect people to trust doctors. You know, it's just too much. And this brings it to a toxic work area. So I feel like sometimes it's not even the hours, it's the person you're working under who puts so much pressure on you that you may not even be knowing what to do about it. And there are people who may not talk about it, suffer in silence, and then those are the end results. You end up finishing yourself. There are people who are very vocal and they will tell you, you know what you're doing is not right, and they may even decide to leave that job. I mean, at the end of the day, your mental health is much more important than that job you're doing, because when you die, they replace you. The next day, the vacancies on the newspaper, online, they're looking for a medical doctor. They don't even care. Yeah. So, toxic work environments. I feel like people who hire should have some empathy in them and treat people the way they'd want to be treated, because people are going through a lot out here and you may not know what people are going through, and they may not even open up to you. So be empathetic in all that you're doing. The people you're hiring, be empathetic to them. It's the same way as being a house help. If you as the employer, you are bad to this house help, and this is the person you're entrusting with your kids and your house, she could do anything. She could decide to mistreat your children. She could decide to even poison you. She could decide to steal from your house. She could decide to organize for a raid to happen in your house. So we really need to be careful on the people we are hiring if you are a boss, because there's this statement that says garbage in, garbage out. So if you're giving people garbage, you really expect garbage to come out of all of it. So it's really sad that this dog had to go all the way and finish her life. And to her, who is no longer with us, she may not feel the impact, but the impact will be felt, especially if she has her parents. Imagine your daughter just finishing her life because of something that, if she talked or if someone noticed, it wouldn't have ended this way. Your friends, people who love you, they're the ones who are left feeling so bad, and they're like, I wish I knew what you are going through, you know. And this is why it is important to talk to people. If you are struggling, just talk to somebody. You don't have to know this person, even a stranger. In fact, a stranger is best. Just talk to somebody, and you never know how your life is going to change after all of that. It is so sad. I feel so... It's just so sad. All this is sad. So, we're still mixing. It still has some lumps. Let's see if the sugar... The sugar is fine. Let's add our egg. There's something in this egg. Let me remove it. There. Yeah, so this, and you know, long time ago, people like our parents will be able to, I don't even know if the pressure was too much during the time of our parents. I don't think it was that much. But right now, there's a lot of pressure, a lot is happening. The economy is bad, people have loans, a lot is going on. And with the generation now, Gen Zs, alafu pia kina sisi ni millennials. Yeah? We may not be able to take the pressure that much. We may not be able, because times have changed. So it's good to just be careful and understand these young people, okay? And it's important, even if you're in a workplace, have even weekly meetings or even monthly, and just ask your employees how they're doing, or even call them personally. How are you doing? Is everything okay? You know, how would you need me to be of help to you? It's important to have and note down those things so that the mental health of someone is okay, and you can be able to help wherever you can. Yeah. What do you guys think? What do you think of that story? I really feel so sad about it. And then sometimes while working in the hospital, I used to find you go to work and the doctors there, some of them are just drunk, or they've smoked weed. Now imagine they're taking this to be able to stay awake, because they work for very long hours, yeah, so they need something to enable them to stay awake. Now they take all these things to help that to happen. Now this same doctor is the one who is gonna be treating you, or will be called in to do surgery, you know, and you wonder, like, we trust doctors so much, but then the things they are going through, sometimes I even feel like there are things that happen, like, you know, in a hospital there's a meeting that happens where you discuss the deaths that have happened and what caused them to happen, and how you can be able to reduce such from happening the next time. So some of these deaths, I don't feel like they would have happened, you know, just if the doctor was in a good state of mind. Another example is truck drivers. These people work for very long hours, but at least for them they can stop and sleep. but still they work for very long hours. So imagine if you don't sleep and you're driving. What happens? So you start sleeping while driving, and then what next? The car veers off. What next? An accident happens, and you either never wake up again, or you do, and if you do, you have permanent injuries. So it's not even just about doctors. In every career, be it business people, the health field, and all these other fields that are there, let's be empathetic. Let's work on our work hours. Let's give our employers time to rest. And also these things people go to have fun, where they call team building, a lot of that has to be done, because mental health is a big challenge nowadays, and people may say it and you may feel like it's cliche, but thinking about it, it's really there, and it's just these simple things that cost them. Yeah, tell me what you think. Okay, our pancake is almost ready. A mixer would have been good to help with this, but now, kwani we won't eat pancakes because we don't have a mixer. I need to put oil, and my oil has, it's cold, so it has solidified. I don't know what I'm going to do. My goodness, I need to put this outside in the sun so that it liquefies. Let's get another oil. Let's open this one. Now, I've remembered something I think I should share. While working at the hospital, of course I used to work the whole day, depending on the department, but most of the departments you work the whole day, and there are some, especially if it's in the ward, you need to get to work really early, like by 7 at least be at work. Then you leave probably at 4 or 5, thereabout. Now, so I was working and I decided, while I'm working, let me do my master's. Let me enroll back to school. So, I enrolled for evening classes. Yeah, these evening classes start from, is it 5 till 8? They start from 5:30 until 8. I enrolled and I started going for classes. So I would leave work, go to town, because I used to work in a public hospital. Let me just say, I used to work in Mbagathi Hospital. So it's next to Kenyatta Hospital, and it's also not far from town. So after work, I'd go to class. And sometimes the lecturer would be late, and you know, evening classes you mostly find people, grown-up people who are working. You don't want, you know, the lecturer to waste time and all of that. So the lecturer could come, teach us, and give you assignments. You know, when you're doing a master's, it's not the same as a degree. Degree teachers will teach you and give you notes, or even start detecting notes. But for masters, mostly it's research. So you have all these assignments to do your research. And remember, you are working in a hospital that is very busy. You have to be hands-on. Now, while doing it, it reached a point, I started feeling like I would leave class and get home at around maybe 10 or 9:30. And I'm exhausted. I was living in Rongai, and you know, the traffic to Rongai, you get home, you're exhausted, you're tired, you don't even get time to see your family, and you have to wake up the next day and go back to work. So I did this for a couple of weeks, and I started feeling like, hey, it's putting a toll on me. It was really putting a toll on me. Like, I wake up to go to work and I'm really exhausted. You don't have time to do your assignments. I'm like, what time am I going to be doing these assignments? You're in the hospital, it is very busy. In the evening, you're getting home late. You don't even have time for your social life. Like, hey. It was getting tough. So I called a friend of mine and I told her, hey, it's like this and like this, and I'm feeling like I'm not gonna manage it. It's either I drop out or this thing will finish me, because I cannot stop working, because I need to continue and get my license. And I guess this is why it was tough for this doctor, because you need that internship in order to get your license. Sasa I told my friend, and she was like, man, if it's tough, just don't let it kill you, yeah. And now I even went and told my dad, like, I don't think I can manage. I know we try to do this, but I don't think I can manage. Until to this day, I don't know how people survive doing even in classes and you're working. If it's online, I think that's a bit better, because you can do it at the comfort of your house. But physical, it's tough. It's tough. So guys, take care of your mental health. Do whatever it is to ensure that you're okay. And I saw a post today. I'm talking too much. I saw a post today by there's this famous guy who had posted about this lady doctor I'm talking about, and he was like, sometimes if it's a toxic work environment, just be vocal about it and tell them, let your employer know that this is toxic and something needs to be done. If it's loans you have, it will not kill you to tell the person or the organization that you have the loan that right now I cannot pay, I have nothing, you know. And you never know, sometimes these people may just be like, okay, just do whatever you can. And the thing with us is that we have the fear of the unknown. So we feel like if we tell them this place is toxic, they'll fire us. If we tell this person we are not able to pay, this and this will happen. But sometimes nothing will happen. They may understand, or you may lose that job, and then you can still do something else. Yeah? Just my thoughts. Let's cook. Our flour mix is ready. Let's see. I put it in a cup so that I can pour it easily. There we go. I love doing a trial for the first pancakes, because sometimes you find that it sticks on the pan and you have to adjust your ingredients. So I've done the first one. And it's fine. Now we can continue with the rest. You know, there are people who make their pancakes as if they're making chapati. So they pour the oil first, then they put the flour on top. I don't enjoy my pancakes like that. I prefer putting the oil while I'm mixing the flour, so that when I'm cooking it, when I'm putting it on the pan, I don't have to add oil again, and that way it makes them look fluffy very nicely, you know, like the ones that you see in luxurious hotels. Yeah, because I don't want to be making my pancakes as if I'm making chapati. I'm not making chapati, I'm making pancakes. So yeah, that's how I do mine. Saves on time and energy of having to pour flour, I mean oil, all the time. Yeah. Pancakes look good. So anyway guys, I think I have shared enough. If you enjoyed this video, ensure to like and subscribe if you're not already. Let me finish my pancakes and I shall see you on the next video. Bye. By the way, I made this top from scratch. Rate my crochet skills. Look at it. Look at it. I made this part and I decided to put this color. This is imported yarn, so I definitely had to put it on one of my clothes. So I love it. This is how it looks.